What's going on, everybody? This is Jeff with AltCoin Buzz. So today in this video, we're going to talk about cryptocurrency and its opportunity that it provides to people who are in debt, buried in student loan debt, credit card debt, and also people in foreign countries, developing nations that are going to get the inclusion that comes with cryptocurrency in a peer-to-peer system. We're going to review that, and we're going to start with some of these tweets that went out. And then we're going to open the conversation and then dive into universal basic income. If you're new to this channel, go ahead and subscribe. If you like videos like this, you can click that bell and get notified when videos like this drop. And thank you to everyone who's been liking these videos if they do indeed like the video, because that's what supports us and me to encourage me to keep going out there and making content for you guys. So let's dive right in here. So this is me here on Twitter, Blockchain J from AltCoin Buzz, not a professional at giving financial advice. So you guys got to do your own research, and in coming across this video, this is some more research to help you along your way. Student loan debt has been an economic deficiency drowning many young people. Financial forecasters who are unaware of the stress and anxiety in society caused by this debt should be removed from office. Cryptocurrency is a solution to solve this economic deficiency. So a couple reasons why we say that, or I say that. There's a wealth redistribution that is occurring here. In your investments in cryptocurrency, some of you guys do have debt, including myself, from college, right? So I went to college, and I've paid off a lot of debt that I had because I had a successful year in business. But you know, paying off. I mean, I know doctors and teachers who've racked up $180,000 in debt, and they have a family. You know, it's like, I don't care if you're a doctor or not. Your wage is not going to be able to pay down $180,000 in any real significant amount of time. That's a lot of money just to become a doctor. And, you know, it's disheartening to hear that, because you feel for that person who's, you know, they might be able to put in $15,000 to $20,000 a year into paying that down, but at the same time, you know, maybe they're also incurring more debt while they're paying down the other debt. So it's kind of like a vicious cycle that's been created. And old money people so there's like two types of people, right? Or there's actually three. There's people who, the first class is the people who, you know, live on government assistance, EBT, welfare, etc. Okay, there's that branch of people. Then above that is the working class, and for the majority of the lower income working class, they do have debt, whether it be credit cards, student loans, or whatever. And then there's the people who, I guess there's a fourth. The third one would be the people who don't have any debt. There's a very small percentage of population who don't have that. And then there's a very a very small population of people who have a large amount of the money. And they have so much money that they don't even splash around with debt. I mean, the people who are who don't have any debt, and they're just above, you know, that's what we're talking about, the middle class deteriorating. So there used to be a middle class where there was this medium between people who had a whole lot of money, and then there would be like this middle class people who you would even call them upper middle class. But there still is that it exists, but that demographic is so small that when you categorize it into 3 to 4 different types of people, it doesn't even get much mention anymore in this society. And sure, we could drill down the data and look at the straight facts, but the point of this video is to talk about the people who are buried in debt and how cryptocurrency can be used to solve that. So some of the solutions that come about for getting rid of student loan debt or any sort of debt is debt forgiveness, right? Now, I don't believe you can be forgiven your debt for student loans. I think that always is something you'll always have to pay off, right? So no matter what, you're going to have to pay that off in some way or another. With that being said, what are some options that have come about in this alongside cryptocurrency? I don't know if you guys are familiar, but it's called universal basic income. CEO of Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg, is a big fan of universal basic income. And the way it would work, here's just an example. A team of economists from the left-leaning Roosevelt Institute conclude in a new research study that implementing a guaranteed income of $1,000 a month for all Americans would accelerate U.S. economic growth by an additional 12.56 over 8 years if we're financed by increased federal debt. Okay, so they're talking about, so I guess, the question that would come up is, well, how are we going to pay for this? I mean, who's going to foot the bill for this? Well, they're saying it's going to come out of the federal debt to finance this universal basic income, where everybody would get a $1,000 a month stipend. It didn't matter if you didn't make any money or a lot of money. If you were homeless, you still get $1,000, and if you were a millionaire, you'd still get $1,000, right? So that's one way that they've talked about it. But I think that cryptocurrency is a really strong way to create new wealth and also bring in inclusion of new wealth. So new wealth creation in countries that are developing, where they get inclusion into the global economy to create more value. And I think that can actually, that creation of wealth will help offset some of these debts that people have that they just can't pay off because they're capped on their salary and there's no end in sight for them. Now, it goes a lot. I mean, we'd have to really dive deep into the rabbit hole, and I'm not going to do that on this video because that would take a lot of research and studying and just really delving into it, into Oxford studies and Harvard studies and Columbia University and UCLA, all these different studies in order to really get that data. And I'm not writing a research paper, but I'm opening up the discussion to talk about how cryptocurrency can be used to help facilitate that opportunity for you guys. So what did some of you guys say in the comments, right? Well, let's go over here to AltCoin Buzz, where I said, there is an important economic discussion taking place at a high level. Okay, how can cryptocurrency be used as a debt relief, economic empowerment, transfer of wealth for mass populations globally? How do you see this being possible through cryptocurrency? So some of the comments that came in: Crypto Night, empowerment of individuals to trade worldwide through a decentralized network peer-to-peer. So Crypto Night, shout out to him. I said big one there. That was the one that I was really thinking about. That's one of the big ones that I think about. Ben Johnson said, high level, morally or in reality. At a high level, the elites definitely don't want debt relief and economic empowerment for the masses. My comment, or our comment back, was high level developers are having this discussion. So we're talking about cryptocurrency evangelists and developers who are having this discussion, who are saying take the power back kind of thing. Now, I'm not saying that, me personally, I don't look at the banks or the establishment as the enemy. No matter what anyone says on this chat, that does not necessarily reflect my personal opinion. My personal opinion is that we have to evolve as a society, especially now that we've fallen so far behind. We have to catch up. Okay? So I said high-level developers are having this discussion. Whether elites are involved in that development, maybe some. What I'm saying is there are some high-level guys, Richard Branson, Peter Thiel, I believe Bill Gates. These are some guys that are actually talking about cryptocurrency as a positive in some regards. If you don't know this, Microsoft is big into the blockchain development. So Ben Johnson said he misunderstood the high-level context. Okay. So I'm amazed that so many comments conflate charity with economy. Charity is what you do after you have successful economic revolution. I own 0 stakes in charity coins whose white paper is filled with how they'll help the world. Crypto is about changing economics first. Okay, interesting. Not trying to be negative, I just don't personally believe this can change things just yet. Maybe down the road, but specific hurdles have to be overcome first. Right, there is some work that's going to have to be done. Honest money for the people, by the people, trustless, borderless, peer-to-peer, open source, decentralized. The game is changing, power is shifting. That's from Rick. If the banks become obsolete due to blockchain, there is a lot of extra money left over for everyone else. That is your empowerment. Okay, honest answer. This is coming from Donald Aguirre. Your coin reaches a certain level, sell it. Take profit in fiat to pay bills until crypto is more widely adopted. Okay, so he's saying there's an opportunity to pay off your debt through the investment opportunity. That's another reason, right? That's another thing right there, right? So if we just look at some of the comments on my Blockchain J Twitter, if you're not already following me on here and us on AltCoin Buzz, you can. So here was an interesting comment. And the most efficient way to get a Lambo, at least that's what I've been told. Oh man. From what I was told, when Lambo crew panic sold, so there was some people who came into cryptocurrency looking for Lambos. When it went down, they panic sold because they bought maybe at 17, 18,000 and they didn't know what the heck was going on. All they know is that there was like a nosedive from 17 to 18,000 down to 6,000. They panic sold. So that's why I said those who didn't panic sell, they deserve a Lambo. I mean, that's big time. I mean, to go through that, those guys that hung in there, those guys and girls that hung in there, you know, if it goes back up on them, hey, that's tough. You know, that's grit. Anyway, so there's a lot of stuff on here. Many kids in college are wasting their time with BS degrees. Many other kids are better off going to trade school. Paul Lindsay said that. So there's a lot of different comments coming through here. And I think there was an interesting comment that I really wanted to highlight where someone said that most people who get free money do nothing with free money. Oh, that was actually right here on this. I said, I'm not so sure giving away free cryptocurrency is a good idea for many reasons. One manifestation of this is these spoofing scammer accounts that are preying on these people who want free crypto. So Vitalik, if you just follow Vitalik on Twitter, you can see that he's really struggling with this. Anyone who replies to this tweet asking for offering ETH is a scammer. So he's really frustrated with this. I mean, he's saying don't trust anyone asking for money, offering money on Twitter. Vitalik is really frustrated with this, and I think this has come about because some people are giving away free cryptocurrency. So now the masses, anytime they see that, they're like, oh, let me play the game here so I can get entered into the prize to win the free crypto. And, you know, I think at the end of the day, if you go back to that whole nothing is really free, okay? Nothing is free. So that's kind of the way I look at that. And Eddie Crypto said, welcome back from camping. I said it was nice out there. I want to zoom in. Okay, so is LTC HODL. Show me one person who received something of monetary value for free that didn't squander it away. You got to earn it. Work for it to value it. This will only end in one way, and it's not good. So he's saying that, you know, it's like those people who win the lottery. They'll win the lottery, but they don't end up really doing too much with that money. Some people do, but the majority of people who win the lottery, it doesn't end up making their life better, you know. So it's better to earn the money is what we're basically saying. So in terms of universal basic income and cryptocurrency, I think that cryptocurrency is really the ticket to getting most people the financial freedom that they're looking for, the wealth transfer. I think that the way I look at it is the money that's already up there with the old money is just going to be inherited into people's hands that are not going to have that drive and that passion to build and do things that people who are already working know what it's like on the grind to receive that wealth. So inherited money, typically that silver spoon, more often than not, doesn't typically go over well. That's why you have guys like Bill Gates who say that they're going to donate 99% of their wealth because they want their kids to know what it's like to earn a living, right? So inherited wealth from old money, I think, is better off being transferred. And I think because it's not going to be transferred on their own, most people aren't going to do what Bill Gates is doing. They're going to hold it and then pass it on to and that's their free choice. But I'm saying that as a society, one of our ways to go around that is going to be through cryptocurrency. And I don't think that universal basic income is the best solution. I think I'd rather see cryptocurrency succeed than universal basic income. That doesn't mean that I'm a far right puppet or I'm anti-left. It just means that I agree with what LTC HODL said. Okay? It's better to earn your money. And with cryptocurrency, even as an investor, you're having to earn that by making wise investment, taking out wise investments. You earn that money and then you grow that money in cryptocurrency, some of you, or whether it be that it's opening up financial inclusion to developing countries. You know, there's there's so many reasons, and we can really dive into all that in another video if you guys would like. But again, thank you everyone who's been watching these videos, and we'll see you next time. So, oh yeah, subscribe to this channel if you like videos like this.